we will speak about the usage of different email clients with the Kerio Connect server. We will speak about the current release of Kerio Connect server. It's 8.3.2, and everything what is connected with this topic will be discovered today. So the agenda for today, we will speak about the common types of email clients, and we will speak about their possibilities. Also, we will speak about interaction possibilities between different types of clients and Kerio Connect server. We will show you how to set up different email accounts, calendars, and task synchronization, address book synchronization, etc. We will speak about the delegation in Kerio Connect, what it is, when you need to use it, and how to use it, and live demo, of course. So we will show you different types of email clients, different types of configurations, and so on. So I think that we can start, and we will start with the understanding what is the common types of email clients. So there was the most common types. The first type is the thick email clients. It's like some application installed on your personal computer or Mac, doesn't matter. It's something like Outlook, Mozilla, Apple Mail, and so on. So it's just the thick clients. The second type of clients is the web client. So it's some application, web-based application based on the server side, and you can access it using some standard web browser on your local machine. And the third type of clients is the mobile clients. It's, I don't know, some integrated mobile applications for, I don't know, Apple, Android, Windows, and so on, which you can use to access emails on your mail server, and not only emails, but we will speak about it a little bit later. So right now I suggest us to move forward to the advantages and disadvantages of each type of email clients, and we will start with the thick clients and its advantages. So the first advantage is, of course, it is the max number of supported features. It means that the thick clients supports maximum features that allows to interact with the email server, not only email. So it is a collaboration. So I don't know, it's calendars, address books, sharing, delegation, and so on. So this is the thick clients, one of the main advantages of it. And the second important advantage is the offline caching of data that you have synchronized on your local machine using these thick clients. So you may use these data without any connection with your server, to the internet, to the, I don't know, to the local network. So you can use all this data only on your local machine. So it's really nice advantage for the email clients, because you can do what you need to do anytime when you need access to these data. But let's see the disadvantages. In the case of the thick clients, there are a big number of disadvantages, and first of all, these types of clients are using a lot of local system resources, because these applications are run locally and consuming only the local personal computer or Mac resources. The second disadvantage is the software version control. I believe some of you met the situations when you have the different types of single email client, for example, Outlook 2007, 2010, 2013, and these may cause the security issue when some version of Outlooks, or doesn't matter, some version of thick clients are affected by some security vulnerabilities and some not, and you have to rise all old versions to the up-to-date versions, and for these you have to use some third-party tools, and it is too complicated in most cases, because it is too hard to have the single up-to-date version on all systems that you have in your network, for example. The third disadvantage is low security of cached data. So, for example, if you download some data on your notebook with some thick client, you take your notebook with you at your home, and on the road you lost your notebook. Yeah, so all data that was synchronized on this notebook, it is completely lost, and you don't have any access on it, and you don't have any control on it. So anyone may access this data and compromise your company, your colleagues, any companies that you work with. So it's really important security risk. And the fourth disadvantage, it is the complexity of centralized management. It is connected to software version control disadvantage, because if you need to change something on the client side, but not the user setting, but some server setting on the client side, you have to use some, again, third-party tools to do this. It is not very comfortable. So that's all for thick clients. Let's move forward to web clients, and let's start with advantages. And first of all, it's the same advantage as for the thick clients. It is the max number of the features supported. So right now the web clients are quite advanced, and they are supporting almost everything that collaboration servers are provided to the users. So you may use the web client as well as the thick client, and you have the same number of features in it. The second advantage is low-level usage of local system resources, and it means that the web application is run on the server side, so the local system resources consumed only by the web browser drawing the web interface of the client. So that's all. Of course, because these applications run on the server side, you don't need to install or configure it on your side, on the personal computer side. And the fourth advantage is this ease of management. If administrator need to change something on, for example, something in security, you just need to change it on server side, and all these changes will propagate to the clients that are, in fact, they're based on the same server. So you don't need to move these settings somewhere across the network and so on. So it is really important. So, but these nice clients have also the disadvantages, and the main disadvantage that you have to use the online connection with the server to access your data on it. It is obvious, if you don't have access to your server where is the web application is running, you can't access any data provided by this application. And of course, these types of clients depends on the internet connection quality. If it is poor, internet connection is poor, the connection is low, the speed is low, everything is low. So it's two very disadvantage. So, but this is all for the web clients, and we move to the third type of clients. It is mobile clients, and there is not much in advantages, but actually it is the main point of using such clients. And it means that this advantage means that you may have all necessary data, your email data or calendar data, anywhere, anytime with you on your mobile device. It is quite important to be mobile in the modern world, so this is the main and very important advantage. But also there are disadvantages, because this is mobile applications, and they have they have limited feature support, but you may use some additional software for your mobile platform to rise up the number of supported features, and we will discuss it a little bit later today during the live demo and so on. So now let's discuss let's speak about the interaction protocols in Kerio Connect. So it means that the ways you may use to interact with Kerio Connect from your client. And the first protocol, of course, it is a send mail transport protocol. It is used for email transferring between clients and servers, and we're supporting the unencrypted as well as encrypted version of this protocol, but also for the client connections, we're suggesting you to use the SMTP submission protocol, which is based on a different port, and we support it with additional security, client security features, and we disabled some server-side security settings for these protocols. So for clients connection, it is the best way of using this. It is the best option to use. The second protocol is the POP3 protocol, which is suited only for downloading emails from the server to the client and allowing you to operate with the email data in offline mode. Of course, we are supporting an unencrypted as well as encrypted version of this protocol. Actually, we are supporting all protocols that we are supporting in Kerio Connect are supported in encrypted as well as in unencrypted modes. So any protocol is supported in both ways. The third protocol is IMAP protocol, which allowing you to synchronize emails between client and server, and in both directions. And it means that if you make changes on the server side on some emails, on some object, these changes will be synchronized to your clients and vice versa. Dmitry is asking, still don't see any client. Why was that webinar announced for end users? We will show you the clients. Just wait a few moments. They're coming up soon. So let's move with the protocols, and then we will move to the clients. So the fourth protocol is LDAP protocol, and we're using this protocol for accessing address books on Kerio Connect server, and it might be used different types of clients. For example, Mozilla Thunderbird can use it to access personal or global address book. And the final protocol, it is a HTTP protocol, which is used for web access, for Kerio Connect client access, and also as a transport for Exchange ActiveSync protocol and Kerio Outlook connector. So that's all for the interaction protocols in Kerio Connect, and let's move on to the clients. And the first client is the Mozilla Thunderbird, and let's see what this client allowing us to do. First of all, it allows us to access emails using standard protocols, I mean IMAP and POP3 for incoming emails and SMTP for outgoing emails. But it's not only what it allows us to do. Also, it allows us to access calendar and tasks using by special add-on or some application add-on names, the Lightning, and application names Sunbird. Both this application works via the CalDAV protocol, but there are some not very nice limitation. If you would like to access some shared calendar, you have to switch from the new Kerio Connect client to old webmail interface, and I will show you how to do this during the live demo today. And the third option is the accessing address books. So the Mozilla Thunderbird allows us to access the address books on the Kerio Connect server using by embedded LDAP client. But unfortunately, there are some limitation. This embedded client not allowing us to have the offline access to LDAP address book, unfortunately. But in general, it allows us to use any address book on the Connect server, so it should be okay. And I will show how to configure it and how to use this. So that's all for presenting the client, and now we can start with the live demonstration. I will switch to the client screen. Can you tell me, please, can you see the desktop or the... Okay, so let's move with the Thunderbird, and let's start it. I have to apologize because in some cases you may see the Russian words because I'm from Russia. I'm using the Russian language interface, but In most cases, it will be in English, but sorry if you see something in Russian. If you can't understand something that you think that you need to understand, just let me know through the chat, and I will translate these words to you. I will go through almost all steps because I believe it should be recorded for the future reviews. And if you know something that I will show today, just be patient and wait for the next live demo. So continue, manual configuration. Okay, this will be normal. Okay, no, normal. So it is connected. Okay, the account is connected. Now it tries to download emails from the server. We can check is every folder that we need are synchronized to our client. Also, we can access the public folders, so it's also accessible through the IMAP protocol. So that's all for email, and we completely configure the email account in Mozilla Thunderbird. What else we need to do?
I have, sorry, Anton, I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
Is it
Sure.
also possible to choose between public folders I would like to see in Thunderbird and which are I do not want to see?
I believe yes, it is from the subscribe menu. So on my test server, I have only one email public folder, but if I have more, I can choose I would like to see this and I don't want to see this. So it is possible via the IMAP protocol.
Okay. This was a trick question from mine. I know that Thunderbird is able to see and that you can subscribe to different public folders. And this is very important. Thunderbird has implemented the IMAP protocol pretty good with all the feature set IMAP is capable of. The IMAP accounts in Apple Mail, which I will show you later when we switch to Apple Mail, are not able to do this IMAP folder subscription. So in Apple Mail, you see all public folders which are available for you, and you are not able to disable some of them.
So Thunderbird is the best client.
Maybe.
Okay. Thank you, Karsten. So let's move on. And the next step for us will be configuration of address book. Actually, I already have configured the LDAP connection to Kerio Connect server. And it's quite simple configuration. We have to add only name. It can be any, the host name of the server, and the bin.den is the username. And on the first connection, the Mozilla Thunderbird will ask you for the password to access the LDAP server, and you may save it to future usage of this address book. So we have configured the address book connection, and the final thing is to install the additional things to use the calendars. Actually, I already installed it. It is Lightning add-on. You may see this is the final version. It can be used with the Kerio Connect server without any issues. So let's check our address book, for example, how it will work with the Kerio Connect and Thunderbird. So this is a new email, and I want to send email to some name with a J on the side. Okay, it suggests me to use this email because it is only one email address with the J in the full name of it, so we don't have any. Actually, it tests all the letters in the email address. It includes the full name and the email address. So what else we have there? I'm not sure that I remember all addresses right now. Okay, I believe I have only 3 of them, and maybe yes, I have my address. So it will suggest all options that you have in connected address book. So it's quite simple. It works, but because of limitation, it will work only if you have connection to your Kerio Connect server. So this is the disadvantage of this LDAP address book.
And Anton, as far as I understand,
Yeah.
Thunderbird is only capable to connect to an address book via the LDAP connection, there is no offline view. So when you switch to the address book tab in Thunderbird, you basically see nothing. It starts
Yeah.
showing you something when you start searching for something.
Yes, exactly. So there isn't any offline view for the LDAP client in the Thunderbird, unfortunately. So that's all about the LDAP address books. So you may use, sorry, some glitches again. I will share my screen again. I am back. Quite strange. Okay, let's move to the calendar. I have personal calendar connected to my Thunderbird. It's quite simple. We just need to create new calendar and set the link which we can get from the Kerio Connect client, and I will show you later how to use it. So this is a personal calendar with some events inside of it. There are also some tasks. We can create some test task, for example. Yes, something blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Save and close. It will save us as additional task. Uh, Also, we can create a new calendar, and we of course need to connect calendar that is based on somewhere on the network, and the protocol will be called off. And for example, to have connected shared calendar, unfortunately, we have to we have to switch from our Kerio Connect client to the old webmail interface, and there we can access all necessary links, but we are waiting for a new version of Connect. It's 8.4, and there we will have a lot of improvements and new features for the Kerio Connect client. So I believe that all these small glitches will be wiped out in a new version. So back to the demonstration. For example, I have the calendar shared for me from admin user, and it's quite simple using calendar client. And here it is, the link. Sorry, I need to okay, copy it and input right here the link. So it will be shared, and we will set some different color and the mail account connected to this. That's all. We have the new calendar, and we have some new events in it. So it is periodically synchronized. It is quite stable, on my opinion, because I've used it sometimes, some time ago when I used Linux on my personal computer, and it was just perfect. You may create events in your calendar. You may create events in shared calendar if you have appropriate rights. So everything is possible because it's quite good protocol. It allows you a lot of different things. So this is all about the Mozilla Thunderbird and IMAP, CalDAV, and LDAP interaction of it with the Kerio Connect server. If you have any questions, you may ask them right now or just later. We have a special Q&A session at the end of the presentation, so you may ask everything you want a little bit later. But I will move right now a little bit forward. If you would like to know a little bit more about the configuration of Mozilla Thunderbird client and using of CalDAV protocol in Lightning client, you may access our knowledge base, and on the slide right now you may see the direct links to the appropriate articles on our knowledge base. So let's move on, and the next client is the Windows 8 mail client. It is the embedded client in Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 operation systems, and in basic it allows us to, first of all, accessing emails via the POP3 IMAP and ActiveSync protocol. Actually, I will show you only work with the ActiveSync protocol because the POP3 and IMAP protocols allows us only accessing emails. That's all. ActiveSync protocols also in this client will allows us to accessing calendars, but only personal calendar will be accessed and all events in it, and accessing address books. And this, in this case, with accessing address books via the ActiveSync protocol in Windows 8 Mail client, there is a limitation that allows you to display contacts only from the personal address book, but you may search for email addresses through the personal address book as well as in the global address list on the Connect server, as well as for any shared address book through the Connect server. So it will display your only personal address book, but it will search through all available for your account address books on the Connect server.
One question, Anton. With the Windows 8 Mail client, is it still necessary to when you first open this Windows 8 Mail application that your first account you are configuring must be an Outlook account or a Microsoft Hotmail account, I will say, and only the second one can be any additional account you would like to have. Is it still the issue?
Well, actually, when I test this client not a long time ago, the first question was about to please input your Microsoft account credentials. But in fact, it can be any email address. For example, I'm using my Kerio email address for a Microsoft account, and I don't have to use an Outlook.com account or whatever. So I believe this is the advantage, not advantage, this is the fix in 8.1 version of Windows, because I'm not sure about the Windows 8, but in Windows 8.1 you have to have the Microsoft account, but you don't have to use the Outlook.com or whatever account.
Okay, but it's still but it's still the issue that the first account you are creating must be a Microsoft account.
Well, there should be some account, but I believe there might be some local account not connected to your Microsoft account on Microsoft.
Okay, yeah, this is just a warning for others who are maybe still, because when I first used Windows 8.0, I was getting nuts when I wanted to create the Kerio account, because you all know men are not reading any manuals, men are not reading any pop-up warnings and stuff like that. But it tells you in 8.0 you have to have a Microsoft account as the first account. After creating this account, you can completely forget it, and then you can start creating any additional accounts.
Yeah, I believe it's all about the watching your back on the internet, what you're doing there. I don't know. So, in our live demonstration, I definitely will not show you how to configure the Microsoft account because I already have it on this Windows. I will show you only connection to the Kerio Connect server, and in this case, you have to use the Exchange type of account if you would like to use the Exchange ActiveSync protocol to access Kerio Connect with this 8.1 email client. So, my email address in this case will be this address. Our server is here, and we have quite simple password, and it's adding. So it is warning about the certificate used on my server. It is self-signed. It is not trusted by this machine. It is there are some mismatch in the different fields of the certificate, so we can connect anyway. And now it's adding it to the client, and so it's syncing right now. So here it is. We have the some emails. We may synchronize. Okay. Last we want anytime. Items and push. Okay, so that's all. With these settings, it will synchronize all emails that I have in my mailbox. By default, it synchronizes only the mails from the last week. But I don't have a lot of emails in this account, but I'm just showing you how to use the basic steps to configure your account in this client. If you would like to change something in your account, you have to move your mouse on the right part of the screen and have this special menu with the settings and here accounts, and you may change. By the way, this is my Microsoft account that I have already configured some time ago, and this is my account for my live demonstration that you're right now seeing. You may add additional accounts and so on, but we're talking about the people. I mean, this is people application is the address book application in Windows 8, so we may access our personal address book. Okay, all contacts we don't want. So this is contacts in my personal address book. There's some funny contacts, some strange contacts, it doesn't matter. So it will shows us only the personal contacts, but if we would like to create create some email. I don't know, it's search in Kerio directory. As you can see, it examines not only, so as you can see, this Kerio.ru, this is account from my personal account, from my personal address book, and this one is address from the global address list. So I make changes for this is the first Homer Simpson is the copy of the second Homer Simpson. It was copied to my personal address book, and I just changed the email address just to demonstrate you that this client will allow you to search through all address books that you may access on the Connect server. So this is all about the address books and emails, and there is only one thing. It is the calendar. It's calendar application in Windows 8. As you can see, I have my personal events in my personal calendar, and it is synchronized via ActiveSync protocol. And it's my personal calendar. It is not shared. It is not public. It is not any. It's just my personal. And unfortunately, this client will not allow you to use the share it or any global calendar with it, unfortunately. So that's all. Again, that's all for this one more client. If you have any questions, just write it down. I will read it a little bit later, but right now let's move back to the presentation. And again, if you would like to know more about the configuration options available for configuring Microsoft Windows 8 mail client using the Exchange ActiveSync protocol, you may access the appropriate article in our knowledge base, and you may see the link to this article on the slide right now.
And after this, this presentation, there will be a recording on our YouTube channel, and there will be also the appropriate link to a public same page where you can download this presentation if you want to reread the presentation and want to see all the mentioned knowledge base articles.
Yeah, thank you, Carsten. So let's so before we will start with the Kerio Outlook connector with Microsoft Outlook 2013, I would like to pass the word to the Karsten to show us the Apple things. Karsten, are you ready to show us the Apple Mail and
Yeah,
maybe something
of
more?
course, of course.
So I'm stop sharing. I'm stop sharing in muting, so you may start to share.
Okay, so let's share my screen. And I'm going to share my main display. And I just would like are you now seeing something which looks like a mail program, like a mail application? Can you please confirm, Anton? Ah, yeah, good.
Yeah, I can see.
Perfect. As we are doing a recording and I'm working in a two window setup, I just would stop sharing again, and I need to change the screen, and then I need again your confirmation that you see everything. I will say here. Now you should see something like you should have been here back in the old days before cloud computing. But now you should see the mail application of Apple Mail. So basically, when you're using a client like Apple Mail, or also when you're when you're using Microsoft Outlook, it's pretty simple to configure your email accounts. As we have for those clients, like the native clients on the different operating systems, we have a so-called wizard. We have an automation tool which is configuring your mail clients. Basically, I will just give you a quick look on what it is basically. So basically, when you're configuring it via our setup assistant, which can be downloaded from the webmail page of your Kerio Connect, and I think Anton can show it at the end, that you have the different availabilities for the different account assistants. But basically it's an IMAP account, and sorry that it is in German, but I think it looks pretty the same like in all other languages. So you just put in the email address, you just have the appropriate coming in server, you must enter the username, and there is one thing: if you have multiple accounts, multiple domains on your Kerio Connect, you should not forget to add the appropriate domain after your username, and you have the password. And there is now a little trick I can show you. If you have aliases of your username and you would like to use it, you can just go here into your account settings, you type a comma, and I'm now just entering a name which is definitely not existing, but I would like to show you that then all of a sudden you have multiple choices of sender addresses. So I'm going here, kerio.com, and I'm closing, and yes, I would like to save it. And now I'm going to write a new email, and I say new, and what now happens is, beside all the other accounts I have, there should be also something named Merkel, and it could be that it is now not working because we have this alias. There is a setting in the Kerio Connect administration where you can say no, you can only use usernames which are really existing. So, but basically this is a trick how you can work around the limitation that you cannot choose the different aliases. You just type in here the different alien. Sorry, I just see my error because it's not in the username. You have to type it here. Sorry for the confusion. So you go to email address and just enter your alias behind your normal address. Now I close, I say save, and now it should work. What I'm looking for, exactly, here we now have Mrs. Merkel also as an additional account. I will just delete it again because I do not want to make nasty things with an email address like this with from our chancellor. So basically, as I mentioned already with the Thunderbird, there is one limitation in the implemented IMAP protocol of Apple Mail. You maybe remember the days, and it was the last time with 10.7 on OS X, you had the possibility to create an Exchange IMAP account. What does it mean, Exchange IMAP? It takes the IMAP protocol and puts some additional features of Exchange into this IMAP implementation. So you had at the end, you had an Exchange IMAP. Apple stopped using or offering this kind of account with 10.8. So you only have Exchange IMAP POP3. And the limitation you now have, when I just do a right click here and I go to account information, there is the third tab is about abonnements, so subscriptions. And in the past, with the Exchange IMAP, you saw a list of folders you have subscribed to. As you can see now, you see nothing. And this is basically the limitation of the IMAP implementation in Apple Mail. You see all the public, I scroll down, you see all the public folders you have access to. So there is no possibility to unsubscribe to them. This is already filed at Apple as a bug, but when I just got the answer half a year ago or 1 year ago from Apple that this is a duplicate of some older bug, and when you look at the bug number they have for the bug for the first time, it's a pretty old one. So you now may think, okay, so why not using Exchange? So I just can tell you the Exchange implementation in Apple Mail is even worse. So try to go with the IMAP and try to live with this small limitation that you see all the public folders, or switch to Thunderbird. For example, Dimi, who is also viewing the webinar today, is using Thunderbird in combination with Lightning. So maybe you should think about switching to another mail client. What I now want to show you is the Apple Calendar. I just bring it over here. And sorry again, it's in German. But the basic things I just would like to show you is that the calendar account is a CalDAV account, where these are the server settings. But again, you do not need to take care about those settings. Just use the account assistant and everything will be created for you. Here you could see where you are maybe a delegated person from whom, and maybe you have a delegation for somebody else. You could see it here also. When it comes to sharing a calendar, you just hover over your calendar and you do a right click and you go on settings for the subscriptions, and then you can just start typing in the name of your colleague or something, and when your colleague accepted the invitation, I can now only speak for the Mavericks, Apple Mavericks Mac OS 10.9 client, he gets a pop-up in his calendar that he is invited to this shared calendar of you, and when he accepts it, it will be shown in his calendar app. Last but not least, we have the address book, and there is something special which is created in macOS 10. You will have two accounts which will be created. You will have for one account which is created for the global address list, which is generated from all the users existing in your domain on your Kerio Connect server, and you have your personal address book. So those, don't be irritated that you will have two accounts. One is created for the public address book or the GAL, the global address list, and one is created for your personal address book. That's so far from my side with the clients on OS 10, and I would now say I give over the word to Anton again. I will stop sharing my screen, and I think Anton will take over now. Are you still on mute, Anton? Because we can't
Yeah,
hear.
thank you, Carsten.
Okay.
Yep, save all this information. Sorry. 1, 2, 3.
Now it's everything is good.
Hold on.
Now it's good.
Okay, perfect. So you can hear me. So thank you, Carsten, for the demonstration of the Apple stuff. It's really, I'm not familiar with this, and you are the best person who can show it, I believe, because you are a pro Apple guy. So you're just perfect. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next client, and it will be the Microsoft Outlook 2013 plus Kerio Outlook Connector offline add-on installed on it, and it allows us, as you probably everybody knows, accessing emails, calendars and tasks, and address book. And also it provides us with some collaboration tools, just like delegation, configuration, I don't know, some shared folders, public folders, out of office message, mail filtering rules, and so on. So, but I think that we can start with the live demonstration of this client, and I will switch to my demo stand. Hold on. So here it is, the Microsoft Outlook 2013. I will show you my account. So here it is, the Kerio Outlook Connector account. Here you may see some default settings of server name, the account name, password. We can check these settings on the server side. Also, we may see some server settings, I mean, so some SSL requirements, some certificate requirements, number of network socket, connection timeout, and so on. Here we can empty a cache of the offline cache in offline caching, set the synchronization settings, and add additional mailbox. It means that we may add here some mailboxes of accounts that are provided us with access to their resources. For example, some email folders, they're sharing with us some email folders, sharing calendars, address books. If we would like to add these shared resources to our account in Microsoft Outlook plus Kerio Outlook Connector, we have to add this mailbox through this menu. So this is the only right way to add the shared resources for us in Microsoft Outlook 2007, 10, 13, doesn't matter, with my Kerio Outlook Connector. By the way, another option available for the Kerio Outlook Connector is the adding of secondary or third account connected to Kerio Connect via the COF add-on. So we may add again just to demonstrate the way how to configure the account in Microsoft Outlook. Okay, we have, by the way, we may use the secure password authentication in case if it is configured on the server side, but right now for this account it is not possible. And I will use some manual authentication. So as you can see, we have connection to the server. We may have all settings by default. So it is adding, so it requests us to restart the Microsoft Outlook, but in general we may see that some emails are synchronized already and they continuously synchronizing to our Outlook account. So in case if we would like to create a new email, we may choose the From field and select the account and email address if in case if we will have additional aliases or email address in our account properties. We may choose all these options here or set the other email address and put it right down here, any custom email address. But keep in mind that in Kerio Connect we have the security settings which can limit the ability of users to send emails on behalf of some email address if they don't have appropriate access to it. So also, as I said, we have the access to the calendars. Unfortunately, I don't have any global calendar, but we have some. We have some calendars here, but if we would have, I don't know, some global calendar, we will see it right here in the list. Also, address books. So we have some personal. So this is my global address books, and this my contacts from second account that I have added right now. So as you can see, this is the personal contacts. This is the contacts in GAL, Global Address List. And also, of course, we have some tasks. We may use it right here. We can create new one and so on. So it's not a big deal for this client. So also there are available more available options. We can set the out of office message with some additional timing options. We may set up some junk mail settings. We may set up some trusted senders, mail filtering rules. We may create some using some wizard. What else? Some custom sender. So we may tell that we are Anton Tikhonov. It will be added to our emails in sender, and our email address. We may set up here any email address that we want, but we may use it only in case if we have appropriate settings in the Kerio Connect security settings. And we may set a reply to address. Also, we may set up the delegation here, but about the delegation, I will show you this functionality with my real Microsoft Outlook plus Kerio Outlook Connector account, because it will be more interactive, I believe. I will create a delegate. I will grant a delegation for Andre. Okay, so it's just testing the account on the server side. Actually, we may select the users that we would like to set up as our delegate from the list. It is possible. So here is the list of the users. And by default, the delegation feature granting access only to personal calendar. And if we would like to grant also access to our inbox to the delegate, we need to switch it on and push OK. So that's all. The delegation is granted to the Andre, and Andre later will show you how to use it through the Kerio Connect client. And also I would like to share my personal, this is not default personal, this is my personal calendar. So I will share it to Andre as well as other resources that were shared during the delegation setup. So here is the Andre, Kerio.com. So, and access is editor, apply. Okay, so I grant all access. So actually this is the way how to grant access to any resource that you have in Outlook. So it might be email folder, it may be calendar, address book, and so on. It doesn't matter. But in Outlook, if you would like to connect some shared folders, as I said, you need to do it through your account. So in account settings, other mailboxes. As you may see, by the way, I have some aliases on Kerio email server, and as you can see, I can send on behalf of my additional email addresses from my second email account, from some aliases on the second account. So it looks like right here, you may see it. New email from field. So as you can see, I can choose a lot of different options. I believe that's all for Outlook with Outlook connector. And if you would like to know more about the Kerio Outlook connector usage, you may access the separate category of which is related to Kerio Outlook connector, and you may see the link to this category in our knowledge base right now on the slide. And if we start to speak about the delegation, I would like to explain you a little bit what is delegation and what you need to use this with Kerio Connect. In most cases, when I'm asking the guys what is delegation, the most common answer is it is a sharing of calendar and or mailbox. In general, it is right, but it is not. Because the delegation is the allowing someone to send or to do something on behalf of yourself. So because of this, there are some cases when you may choose a delegation in Kerio Connect, and some cases when it is better to use the sharing, the basic sharing folders or calendars in Kerio Connect. So let's see these cases. The first case, the case of boss and deputy. In this case, you need to use the delegation plus inbox sharing, as I show you today. So you need to set your deputy as the delegate and switch on the inbox sharing. The second case is the boss and secretary. In this case, you need to delegate only your calendar, because in most cases, the secretary needs only to create some events, accept some invitations on your behalf. And the third case is, for example, you have some technical support email address shared for some group of users. In this case, you need to set up delegation plus inbox sharing for these group users, plus share them the sent items folder. And in current version of Connect, it is possible to share any folder that you have in your mailbox. So in this case, all the support team members will see the incoming emails. They will be able to answer on behalf of the support email address. They may create some events in support calendar, and they may accept some invitations from, I don't know, from colleagues that would like to have some support engineer on some event in the company. And also all of the support team members, they will see the sent items, so they will be in the loop about the current conversations. So this is three main cases when you need to use delegation in Kerio Connect. Of course, we have additional information about how to use delegation with different clients together with Kerio Connect. And if you would like to know more about the delegation in Kerio Connect client or in Microsoft Outlook for Windows or for Mac, you may access the related article in our knowledge base using the links provided on the slide right now. Okay, so let's move on, and now we will speak about our web client, Kerio Connect client. It will be short overview, and I will tell you why. As I said in the start of the webinar, we waiting for a new version of Connect. It is 8.4, and there will be a lot of changes and improvements in Kerio Connect client. So we don't want to show you some workarounds for current state of the client, because it might be changes in new version of Connect, and we will have to rebuild this webinar again after the release of 8.4. But for now, I will just tell you what it is, what it allows you to do, and Andrei will show you how to use this in current version. So Kerio Connect client right now, it is a Kerio branded Kerio Connect web client. So it allows us to use emails, calendars, address books, tasks, notes, public folders, and shared objects, and more. So right now, yes, and Karsten tells that we may expect this release in the mid of October. So yes. And right now, I think that I may pass the word to the Andrei, and he will show you the live demonstration of the Kerio Connect client. So Andrei, I will stop sharing my screen. You may start sharing your screen, and I'm going to mute.
Okay, thank you, Anton. So let's go to continue with next client. So Kerio Connect client, which is a web client designed to speed up work, and it is very simple and intuitive user interface. And you can do the daily task, and just a short overview. Just a question: do you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, thanks. So you have a simple interface, very user-friendly, where you have a different section. There is an email section where you can see, all emails, inbox, folders, and so on. Also other folders if are shared, and you can do, for instance, with your folders, you can share it with other colleagues, and so on. And I will show it a little later. Also, another section is calendar, where this is very similar structure, where you have your own calendar, personal calendar, or shared calendars, so you can see their delegations and so on. In the bottom, you can see some invitations which can be accepted, declined, and you see all the details. Then there is a next sections about contacts, where you can you have access to or public's contacts. Also, there is some personal contacts. You can use full text search here. This is the same as in inbox. So full text search is very useful in inbox, even in contacts, and so on. Next section is tasks. So you can create your own tasks or public tasks what should be done. You can set some deadlines or reminders where it should be happen and what is the deadline for this task. This task, of course, can be shared. And the last section is the notes, and this is also possible to share notes with other colleagues. For instance, when I would like to share these tasks with another user, currently there is an access for Anton, and he can change everything. But by default, it can be just a viewer, or you can modify something. In this case, if you would like to add anyone else, you just select it, and you can add the guy who is able to see this notes.
Yeah. Just a small addition when it comes to notes. For our OS 10 users, they have their notes application on their Mac, where you can also enter or incorporate pictures. You have some styles. You can have bold text, flat text. You can have choose between different typos and stuff like that. Those, let's say, layout and design things will be not synchronized. So we have here plain text. It's a simple note feature set. So that it's not a layout design program. Those part of the Kerio Connect. It fulfills the basic needs like notes. And if you would like to design something, please take something else like Adobe InDesign or something like that.
Okay, thanks for that comment, Carsten. So, for instance, with calendar, if you would like to share your own calendar, you just click very simply on calendar if you would like to share, click sharing, and then you can, of course, select one user, group of users, everyone in domain, or if you select public, no login required, then you can share it with anyone. So try it. I can share the calendar, and if I would like to see calendar from other colleagues, you have your resources or people. So people can be added via this button, and I can see the other calendars. And as was mentioned by Anton about delegation, by default, if you have just sharing between people, then the event in calendar can be edited by only by owner. If you would like to edit even with more attendees, you need to use delegation. In this case, delegation you see here, and I have access to Anton's calendar, and I can see his plans and all his events together with my calendar. So we can change and you can see what is from which calendar. In this case, in all sections, you can share, everything, all folders can be shared, so you can decide what you would like to share. If you need to make delegation, so then you need to go to settings. In settings, there are of course signer, so you can define your signature. Then there's also out of office, and the third one is delegation. Here I see that Anton has already delegated me for access to his emails and to his calendar. So when I would like to create a delegation, I just select the people I would like to make a delegation. By default, the delegation is just for calendar. This is for the security reason. But I'm able to give to the user also access to my inbox. Just a simple click, and currently he has full access to my mailbox and to my calendar as well. So in this section and in the delegation page, you can see all the delegation, all accesses, and so on. So I save it. Delegation is now saved. So also the other very useful things are filters, where you can define what how you can deal with incoming emails and so on. So here you can define when an email arrives and you would like to apply some rules by the name or by the subject. So then you can move it, this email, to some folder. You can forward it, discard it, or just select this as read email. And currently you can also create some other rules and some other points. I will create it and put the name of this rule. And that's it. And it's very simple step. So currently I'll look at back to my inbox. Here I can. And in calendar. So, do you have any questions at this stage regarding Kerio Connect client, or would like to see some settings or how to set? Also, what is important when you click on the right side on your name, you can see the feedback page where you can request it some. And where you can vote it for some interesting features, which is useful for you. Also, what I didn't mention, when you create some event, currently you can select whether it's created under my account, or when it's delegation available, then I can select who is under and who is on behalf of this email. So I will create an event under Anton's account.
Just again for you all, as Andre already showed the feedback button. The feedback button is pretty important. As you may have seen, maybe you do not see the whole feature set you had in the old webmail client. So we can just strongly advise you to use the feedback button in the new webmail client or in the Kerio Connect client, so that our developers get an idea what features are still missing. So of features you would like to see because you had them in the old webmail. It wouldn't make sense to always create a new entry, a new vote. Just have a look on the already existing ones. There are, as Andre is parallel showing it, there are different options where you can click. You can see the new ideas, you can watch by category, you can see the status, and so on. So please use this feedback button, otherwise we do not get any idea what you want and what you do not want.
Yeah, thanks for that, Carsten. So, and of course you can switch to the old webmail, but today the Kerio Connect client is, as I said, is very simple and intuitive user interface, so you will be able to do every daily task. Okay, so do you have any questions regarding Kerio Connect client at this moment?
It seems no so far, but I would like to show something more additionally, because you have made some changes in my calendar and you made me your delegate. So if you don't mind, Andre, can you please stop sharing your screen? I will share my screen and show what was changed in my Outlook. Hold on, my screen. So now you should see the Outlook screen with the reminders screen. So as you can see, I have the new event Webinar Connect client test, which was created by Andre. So and it was created automatically, so it's there wasn't any delay, so it was quite fast. And one more thing, I can see the Andre's inbox because I became his delegate, and it was done automatically, so I don't have to go there, and add the Andre's account as Andre's email address as the another mailbox available to me. As same situation with the Andre's calendar, so I have it right here. I can display it, so and work with it as delegate. So we can see these settings right here. So as you can see, people I am a delegate for, the Andre Hill, he made me his delegate. So it's all about the delegation and Connect client and Outlook client. So I think we can move on. If you will have any more questions today, just send us an email or contact any of us. You definitely will have all information at the end. And if you have any questions during the webinar, you may ask it later on the Q&A session. And of course, as usually, if you would like to know more about the usage of Kerio Connect client, you may access the separate category in our knowledge base, and you may see the link to access this category right now on the slide. So let's move on to the next type of clients, and it is mobile clients. And I would like to talk about three main mobile platforms, and one of them will be shown today. So the first of all, I don't know, everybody familiar or at least heard something about it. It is Apple iOS mobile platform. So it can be used with the Exchange ActiveSync protocol or any open protocol. I mean, it's IMAP, POP3, or CalDAV for accessing calendars and contacts. So it is the first platform. The second one is Android. this platform also allows us to access the mail, calendars, and contacts. Mail, calendars, and contacts can be accessed via Exchange ActiveSync, as well as via the open standards protocols. But for the CalDAV and CarDAV, you have to use some additional applications available on Play Market, and I will show you these applications today. And the third platform is Windows Phone. It's two very common platform. It can use the Kerio Connect server with the Exchange ActiveSync protocol, and via this protocol it can access the mail, calendars, and contacts as well as other platforms. But for Open Standards protocol, it may access only mail, so it supports only POP3 or IMAP protocol. It can access the CalDAV, I believe, and CarDAV, but it's used only for the Gmail resource. So additional applications that are available, I believe there is much more applications available on the market, but for me, that I've tested, it is some DAV set of applications from dmfs.org, and I will show you today how to use them. And Moxier Mail, but it seems it's obsolete because I'm not sure when I was on the side of this application, there isn't any possibility to download or to find a way how to buy it or some. And it supports only the Exchange Server 2007, so I don't know, maybe it is already obsolete. But on the Play Market as well as App Store, there is a lot of additional applications, but according to the Apple iOS platform, Kerio company suggests our customers to use the default email client and all default clients for accessing emails, calendars, and contacts, because we already support very well native clients. Vincent asks us, will you also talk about instant messaging clients feature for Kerio Connect? Actually, Vincent, I will not, but if you have any question regarding the instant messaging clients, you may ask them right now in the chat. And actually, I don't know, it's quite a simple feature, and the clients, there are a lot of different clients, and you may use any if you would like. You may use the any client which is support the XMPP protocol. So I don't see the point to describe all clients because it's completely impossible. For myself, I'm using the Pidgin for Windows, for Linux. So I don't know. I believe Karsten using something for the Apple platform. It's, I believe, iChat. It supports also a video chat and audio chat. So, a video audio chat via the XMPP protocol. So, if you have, Vincent, if you have any question, just write it down in chat, and we will answer it today, later, or a little bit later after the webinar. So, you're welcome. Now to the live demo of the mobile platform. I will try to show you my Android tab. Can you please tell me, can you see my screen of my tablet? It's a little bit freezy because of the solution that I'm using to share the screen with my desktop, but you should be able to see some screens and some steps of configuration that I'm going to make. So please write it down. Can you see the Android desktop with Kerio sign and to Play Store settings and email? Okay, perfect. So first of all, we need to create the email accounts. Yeah, it's definitely we have to do. And I will create the IMAP account, because I believe it's much better than ActiveSync because of performance. I prefer the IMAP. I can create the Exchange ActiveSync, but it's not a big difference. So we need to add account. It's freezy. Okay. Where's it? Email. Okay, and here is my, oh sorry, this is my corporate email address. So you may contact me via this address. You will be very welcomed. Okay. You saw my password, I believe. So anyway, I will change it today. Okay, that's initial setting. By the way, this address is my alias, so I will use my alias as my main email address for this mobile client. So now it asks me about the email account. You will see it right now. So I will configure the IMAP account and my username. My username differs from my mailbox address because, as I said, I'm using the alias. And our email server, definitely not that way. mail.kerio.cz. This is email server for Czech and Russian offices. Security, of course, SSL with accepting all certificates because we're using self-signing certificates, and actually we have the certificate for certification authority, but I did not apply it on my mobile device. So that's all. Let's complete the configuration of the incoming server. It will check the settings. Checking. I believe I did not make a mistake with my password. Yeah, it's okay. So now I need to configure the outgoing messaging server. It is the same server, mail.kerio.cz. Security type, I will use TLS. Port, it is port for SMTP submission. As I said, it is the best option for client connections. So this is required to sign in prior to send any message. It is important security setting. So there's my username and password. So it is, everything is done. I push the next button and the client checking my outgoing messaging settings. Okay, so sync schedule, it's asking every 5 minutes, next, and it's processing my request to access the data. Okay, done. And right now the account is configured and I'm accessing my emails. So 5 minutes. So this is, we just configured the connection to our email data. So it will definitely download everything that I need. I will not wait for whole complete synchronization. I will just switch to the next option, is the configuration of CalDAV and CardDAV accounts, and you may see there's very nice CalDAV configuration. I will show you it right now. Give me just 5 minutes and you will see it. So we're creating the new account and it will be the CalDAV account. I'm using the special dmfs.org application. It is not free. It costs about $3, I believe, in the Play Market. It's quite simple. So there are a lot of options to connect the different servers and different protocols, but we need the native CalDAV protocol. And for the server name on URL, I will use my home server. It will be mail.kerio.cz. I'm using SSL, of course, and my account, my username is Atikhanov, and my password, here it is. Okay, so there is no client certificate. Done. Next. Now it tries to connect to the server and collect any available information about the available calendars for my account on the server mail.kerio.cz. So we have to wait a little bit because it connects from Moscow to Pilsen, I believe. So it will take a few moments. But there's I will make one step forward before it will connect us to the server. It's unusually long. I hope everything is okay, but who cares? It should be okay. And this application allows us to connect any available calendar on the server. So at the end of the configuration of this application, you will see the list of the available calendars, and you may choose all of them. By the way, this protocol, CalDAV protocol, also allows us to synchronize the tasks. So you may not only use the your calendar or shared calendar or global calendar, you also will be able to use your tasks. But for that, you will need to download the additional applications. I will show you its name, but it still tries to verify my input. I believe I made some mistake with password. I believe it should be the mistake, because it should not take so long. I will check it again. Sorry. Okay, mail.kerio.cz Tikhonov. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just have to pay. I just have to wait some time. So as you can see, here is the list of available calendars for me, for my account on the Kerio Connect server. So I can select every calendar or just that calendar that I need to use. And as you can see here, I can also synchronize and tasks as well as calendars. So the next button, this I don't need this. Don't need this. So it failed. Sorry, it is it failed because of my. I just want to be always. Yes, I just want to be always forward. So anyway, you just saw the complete process of configuring the CalDAV account, and you just have to wait some time while all necessary steps will be completed, and you will see the final list of the available calendars, and you may connect them to your calendar application. Right here it will show, and I promised you to show the application what needs to be used for the task synchronization. So it is tasks. So this app is tasks, and it is this application developed by the same guy. So it's from dmfs.org resource. So you may download. It's completely free. The only application is paid is CalDAV Sync, but CalDAV Sync, that application I'm using, this application is paid too, so you may use it to access the CalDAV protocol or server on the Connect server. And on the Play Market, there are two options for this application: the free version and the paid version. I'm using the paid version. Actually, I don't know the difference between the paid and free version, but I just want some support from that guy, so I just paid money for him because it's quite cheap. So I believe any development tool should be paid by users. So I am the good user for any development. So the CalDAV settings, the same settings. So at the end, you will see the list of the. You will be, by default for CalDAV, you will be connected to the personal address book. If you would like to connect to the global address book, you will have to specify the link to access the global address book. You may see this link in the old webmail or in the appropriate knowledge base article. So that's all for Android, and I would like to mention just 5 seconds about the configuration of iOS devices. It will take really small time, and I will show you that. Hold on. So this is the integration with Windows screen, and there we can access the integration with mobile devices. I am trying to access this through the personal computer, and I believe it might. Yeah, it will show us integration with mobile device will allows us to auto-configure our iOS device automatically to configure email access, calendar access, address book access just with one click. It's really simple, it's really fast, it's much more faster than Android, unfortunately, because I like the Android and I don't like the iOS, but to be honest, the configuration for iOS is much better, so if you're using the iPhone or iPad, it is the best way to configure your mobile device to connect to Kerio Connect server. That's all about the configuring the mobile device based on the Android platform, and I will show you how to manage my connected mobile device. So this is the settings and mobile devices, and here you can see my mobile devices that are connected to my corporate account via Exchange Active Sync. This option is available only to devices connected to your account on Connect server via Exchange Active Sync protocol. So here you can just remove, reset, or wipe your device from the server. So all these options are allowed by the Exchange Active Sync protocol. So that's all about the mobile devices. If you would like to know more, again, we have a lot of different articles in our knowledge base, but if you would like to know more about the topics that we discussed today, or maybe you would like to know something more about Microsoft Windows Phone 8 with using Exchange Active Sync protocol, you may access all these articles in our knowledge base using these links that you may see right now on the slide. And you definitely will have all these links later with the email delivery or something other way that we will publish the results of today's webinar. So that's all that we would like to present for you today.